Generic greetings and welcome back to Satisfactory. In the previous episode, we manufactured a manufacturer and it is currently manufacturing some items, specifically items called the Heavy Modular Frame, and that will allow us to get things like the jetpack and all of the extra advanced stuff instead of having to build it manually, and that is a lot bigger fall than I anticipated and crunch. So, that is all producing, which is fantastic. We need to now focus on getting computers, which is going to be a fairly interesting setup, so let's just work on that right now. So let's go over and produce some circuit boards first. Actually, no, we don't want to produce circuit boards first. What I want to do is eat some of these berries to regrow some spine, and I want to check to see if we can make can we make a manufacturer. We do have the resources, so this is fine. Okay. So I'm going to put one of these down just so we can see what sort of input we need in terms of the circuit boards. Now I'm going to up there. I think that's pretty much done with. I'd like to have a couple more manufacturers, but I don't know if we have the all of the throughput for it. I don't know if we have the stuff extra, and with it being currently the top resource in this build of the game, I don't think we need to focus on building any more. So we're going to probably work on building on just one of these. In terms of circuit boards, it needs a very strange amount. It needs... Why is that? Why are all these resources like that? 22.5 and such. Do you know what it might be? It might be calculating it based on an overclock. Or on a double overclock. Right. How can I fix that? I need to get somewhere to overclock that. Or do I? That's very strange, that. Or maybe that is genuinely the resources required. No, that is genuinely the resources required. So you can see what it requires for modular frames, such, but for whatever reason, computers are all over the place. Anyway, so we'll call it 10 circuit boards. So 10 circuit boards. Circuit boards are built in the, I would assume, assembler, which I don't think is unreasonable. Circuit boards are built in the assembler. You produce 5 minutes, so we need 2 of these. So 2 of those. Input-wise, we need then... Oh, we need plastic, 30 a minute, we've already got that, and wire 60 a minute, so we need 120 a minute, which is going to come down from there, and that is 120 in itself. So actually, we need a lot more of that, and we need to upgrade that belt line, because that line there, is not currently sufficient to power both things. So let's go over here and upgrade that belt. I need to go here and then pick up that, and we then need to start upgrading this line here, but only to a certain point, because after the split we don't require it. So it's going to come along here. Obviously at the moment it's not producing anything because the machines are all bunged up. Let's remove that. Let's place a splitter in. It's gonna have to be a bit mixed up here, but we'll do what we can. There, and Mark II belts up to there, but from there it's Mark III's, and I'll upgrade the entire line. Now the problem with this, apart from the fact that it uses pretty much all my steel, is that I don't have enough. That's a problem. I'm not going to do that unless I have enough. And I don't know how much we're producing over there either. We might not even have enough there. Okay, well, we'll worry about that in but a moment. Also, I didn't check how many screws we need. I'm guessing it is quite a lot. Are we completely full with motors? We are. So we're producing more than enough of those. In terms of this thing, it's working quite nicely. These seem to be all full, so no supply issues there. We now have 27 of those already made, so that's fine. Resource flow for these are that's quite good as well. Do we have any spare? We do have spare steel beams. I'm going to pick that up, even though it's going to completely... Oh, I was going to say it's going to knock this off anyway. How many are you producing in there? Do we have spare? I think we do have spare. It's because of the overclock, you see. I've just picked the 100 out of that because I might as well. Right, so we're going to run back over and upgrade that belt. Yeah, this is going to be a fairly long one. I don't think we'll get the computers built this... I don't think we'll have those producing this episode. It's unlikely to be going, simply because we need... the circuit boards as well, and obviously that's a whole separate line in and of itself anyway. So upgrading these all the way to the back. I do really appreciate the upgrade system in this. It's not just a case of, well, you have to delete it and then redo it. Just clicking and upgrading. Nice. So these are producing 45, 90, 120... So 90, 180 on full go. That's a term. So that's fine. That's more than acceptable. But another problem. Because computers require cables. We don't have cables getting brought up there, or technically over there. Okay, it's going to be another resource belt problem. Another, or rather, should I say, it's going to be another stack problem. We've only got 2 more levels on that. So anyway, at least we can use tier 2s on this one, Mark II belts. This obviously is the issue with producing things at different sites. But I guess it's the nature of the beast and what the game is about. It's probably a lot more efficient to build it vertically. Well, actually, I guess mathematically it would be more efficient to build it as much as in all 3 dimensions as possible. Basically, you want a bog cube as a factory. That's probably your best way of doing it. And this is going to be... I can already tell it's going to be the bane of my existence for the rest of this episode now. Okay. There and in here. Right, hang on. Nope. No. Nope, hang on. We're good. I don't know what I'm standing on. I guarantee it's precarious. I'm actually standing on the edge of that. Yeah, I am. I think I'm going to have to jump over here. Ooh, nice jump. Right, there, and up to there. It's nice that the sun's beaming directly at my retinas. Hang on. There we go. Right. Yeah, you can see that we've got... Ah, we haven't got that built up. Hang on. Stackable there, stackable on there, and basically all the way along now. But that's enough for our tasks here. Yeah, it's Mark II still. I think that's correct. I don't even know what I'm connecting to here. I'm just guesstimating that that was correct, and I don't know how I didn't get hurt there. Oh, I did. I'm hoping that's correct. Well, there's resources here, and it's the resources that I'm looking for. So, you know what? Let's just assume that that is right. And let's go. Along to there, and then along to there, and then all that sort of thing. So, belt Mark IIs. And I'm not going to even attempt to stand on top of that. I never anticipated this being of great use that it is. I'm happy with it though, and it's actually quite impressive to look at when you see all the resources flowing back and forward and stuff. And there's our cables. So that's something I didn't really take into account, but at least we've got it. Right, so from here we need to bring the cables over there. Actually, over there somewhere, actually, really, isn't it? It's just somewhere. we need to work on the circuit boards first. Yeah, circuit boards first, and then we know where everything else goes. So, I'm going to remind myself again how many circuit boards we need. I think it was 10, wasn't it? We need a total of 10 circuit boards. Well, technically, we need 9.375 circuit boards a minute, but let's just not get into that. So 10 circuit boards a minute, which is, if we place an assembler, circuit board then requires, oh, you're producing 5, so we need 2 of these. So we need 60 wire each and 30 plastic each. So we need 2 of these. Assume we're only going to build one of those without any overclock. We could build more and then overclock from there, but we're not going to because, well, I don't really need a reason. That is the I don't really need to explain why. We're just not. If a reason is required, then see someone who's posted it in the comments. Yeah, I think basically any more would be overkill. And quite frankly, we don't really need any more. Anyway, let's place this in and around here. So this is our assemblers. I'm going to put some distance between these two, simply because we need to get the plastic in out here and into these 2 machines, and then the wire down as well. The problem is that the rubber's over there. I should point out, by the way, these are completely full, which is why they're not producing. So that's why we're not using a lot of. We're not producing. I don't think we're using a lot of energy. But as I haven't actually checked exactly, I don't really know. So this is going to go there. And what does it require again? It is circuit boards, 30 a minute, so we can just use the Mark II belts. There's no problem there. And then we're going to come along and then in. And then straight in. Okay, so there is our plastic. Let me just connect this up with this power pole. And then where can that go to? That one. I should probably change that one to a quick wire one. But those are now in. So we now need to bring our wire along, which is 60 minutes. So we need to do 120, which is fine because we can do that. 1 second. Just build this. We need cables down here, but we don't need anything else. We need screws down here as well. Right, okay. So the wire then, and the screws. So from there... Hang on. Let's build this up. I think that the stack is a bit stupid, but I think it is required. Right, so we need 3 resources brought down. Wire, cable, screws. Screws is going to be just so much fun bringing it through all of this. For the other stuff, though, we could probably work from here. So, Mark II. Belts will bring the... This is our copper cable. Which will go at the bottom. There we go. You see the reason I've stacked it 3 high is because we'll have, like, say, 3 resources coming down. Although we might probably bring the screws around that side, but I haven't yet decided. And then it needs to go into there, so it's going to come along to this side of the flower. That side of the flower. Why not? Curve along, and then all the way along here. The problem is we need to split it, don't we? Actually, we could probably... No, let's not. I was going to put the splitter right there, but that would be... That's just creating more issues, really. So we'll place it about there. So the first one goes in. And then the second one has to just hop over. So it's just a little gentle hop. And that should be us producing now. That should be the circuit boards, I think. Requires 60 wire a minute. We are bringing 120 along, plus or minus any fluctuations in the factory. So that means we are now producing 10 circuit boards. I will... do I want to put a box? you should really... What's that noise? Oh, it's that thing. Yeah, you should really put boxes between them. It's not going to take too much, is it? Right, so merger. Hang on, merger. I mean, technically we could use Mark 1 belts. Oh, is that too steep? It is too steep. Okay. Yeah, we could use the tier 1 ones if we really wanted to. We do have conveyor belts. Tier 1s. That's still too steep. It really is. Right. That can't be too steep. Surely not. There we go. Good old-fashioned Mark 1 belts. And... circuit boards. Sweet! So, we're now producing circuit boards which go nowhere. So we'll put a box in. Just a storage container Mark 1. Don't be fancy or anything. So we are producing 10 a minute. So yes, I believe a Mark 1 belt would be sufficient. 60 a minute, yes. Right, so we're now producing circuit boards, which means we can then connect that up to our... Sorry, Mr. Healing Tree. There we go. So there's not enough space. Pretty sure we do have space. Anyway, so that'll come into our manufacturer. Hang on, let me just find that. Instead of randomly clicking, I'll actually think about this for a second. So we want to have this probably there. Computer. Circuit boards, cables, plastic screws. Ah, that actually... Okay, that's fine then. So we can use that to there. The plastic, what we'll do is... from this splitter here, I'm hoping that's not too steep. I think it will be though. How much does it require? Should have checked. Should have done a lot of things. Plastic, 33 minutes. Let's use tier 2s then. Bring it across to... I think we'll just put another one of those in. Yeah, can't get over that. There's like a bounding box essentially that's blocking it. Even if it physically could go there, and you can see yourself as like, yeah, that would easily fit in. You have to, you know, play by the game's rules. So, plastic, circuit boards are now being brought in. We need screws and cables. Cables are over there. You can see they're on top there. So bringing that down here is not going to be too much of a task. Screws, on the other hand, yeah, that will be a bit of a task. So I guess we will leave it there and sort that out next episode. I want to connect that up to there. And at least that's got power now. So circuit boards are now going into the machine. Right, on our way to getting computers automated. Next episode we'll go ahead and hopefully get that sorted. So, yeah, see how we get on. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.